It's your boy, JRdaStar, back with another video. And today, we got my boy.
That boy Ameer, man, what's going on?
Yes, sir, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to that boy, Ameer, man. I told y'all we had the guests coming on the channel. Super excited to shoot this one. And the topic that we got for y'all today, if you ain't seen my poll on Instagram, speaking of Instagram, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. I'm going to leave all that in the description. I'll leave my boy Graham,
For sure,
all
for
his
sure.
connects and stuff in there too as well. But today, we're going to talk to y'all about that credit, man.
That
We got
good
to get
old
these
credit.
financial right
Got to.
going into the fourth quarter.
Got
So
to.
without further ado, let's get to it. So before we get going too far, the first thing that I want to do, I want to make sure that we highlight the guest. So I'm gonna turn the floor over to him to make sure y'all get a chance to know who he is and he tell y'all about what he really do.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube, man? And like I said, my name is Ameer Abraham from Atlanta, Georgia, the east side to be specific. And honestly, what I am is a person of discernment, a person of service. So anything that you find me doing 9 times out of 10, it's gonna be serving or providing for the community, for myself, and for my family. So I'm a byway. This month makes 11 years as a barber. That's what I really fell in love with first. Been chopping up. Definitely get my boy right.
He
Been
get me
rocking with
right.
him
He
since
get me
college
right.
days. So yeah, that's how I met JR. We was at Georgia Southern, the good old, the real GSU. Let that be known loud and clear.
Yup.
You feel me? So that's where we met. That's why we curated this bond and this relationship. So that's kind of a little bit on me. Just a good dude that loves to serve the people and collaborate with people. That's how we got here. That's what I do. And what we're gonna get into the meat and potatoes is my newest company, my newest venture with this credit. So that's what we're here to speak about. Not only just to sell you some, but really educate. A lot of people are not educated on credit because the U.S. is one of the few states where you can take a 3-digit number and access 6 digits worth of capital. I'm gonna say that one more time. This is the only country where you can use a 3-digit number and get access to 6 digits worth of capital. So you do the math.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So I mean that introduction, it told y'all everything you need to know.
There
But
it
yeah,
is.
man, let's get right into it, man. I
Let's
got
do it.
the first question I got for you right here, man.
Let's do it.
So I know you talked about, you love doing stuff for the community. I do too. That's one of the reasons why we bonded. But tell me, man, what made you want to help people with their credit? Like, why you ain't be like, I'm just gonna make sure I'm straight, and then So what made you want to help other folks?
Okay, well, it's a two-parted answer, and it's simple, bro. As you said, I did want to make sure my credit was right. When I first started learning and understanding credit, I was in the mid to low 500s. Like just being completely transparent, my credit was in the garbage. So I had a client by way of Stedman Waiters, another Georgia Southern alumni. That's my boy. He was a mentor. He went from a client to a brother to a mentor. So
Okay.
that's how I knew he was God sent. Because not often you find people where you just know them, then you have a business relationship, then it turns to something bigger. So shout out to Stedman Waiters, got to show him and give him his flowers. But he was already in the space.
Okay.
And one day he pulled up from pulling up in the Georgia Power Truck to the I-8 to the C-8, and in that order. So when I saw him do that, I was like, all right, bro, obviously what you're doing is working. Let's get my credit right. Show me the game. So instead of just literally just fixing it for me, he showed me the ropes, gave me access, and I was a part of his first round of his academy, the Wealth Builders Academy. So I bought in. I invested in me and my lady. We got in the academy, and we learned everything that we need to know. And I already knew a few of the steps because he did it for me, and he let me know those things. But now it was able to now I can create a business model. So having my son who's about to turn 1, already having the hustles and ambition and knowing people don't know about this, especially in our neighborhoods.
Black people. We say it on the star line.
There it is.
Especially
Our
black people. We
You see what I'm
educate
saying?
black people.
We're
Yes.
educating our people because we are already powerful. We just don't know the power that's bestowed within us. So knowing, like I said, this 3-digit number, how powerful that can be. It's like, man, look, I got to take off and run with this. I did it for myself. Anybody can check. We in the 700 plus club. It wasn't easy, but I made it. So if I can do it, why can't you? So that's just my attitude behind it, and just really want people to be educated. 1, and then 2, give them the tools and the resources available to get out here and get this bag, bro.
3-digit numbers allow you access or deny you access to so much stuff, man.
Denial.
Houses, they gonna run their credit. Car, they gonna run their credit. When you go get these new iPhones, the little new iPhone about to drop. When they be like, oh, let me check your background. They be doing a little soft check on your credit, a little soft pull on your credit. Furniture, they gonna try and furniture. They gonna hold on, let me check something out.
So I just got a security system from the house today, and because my credit was good, I got 0% interest on the equipment that we needed from Viv. So, one thing I want for interaction, like this video if you ever got a denial because your credit wasn't good, whether it's good now or not. But If you're watching this and you got a denial, like this video because I know it didn't happen to everybody. So that's why we started this company in the first place.
And I want you to like the video too if they told you you had to get a cosign because they're basically denying.
That's a conditional agreement.
Yeah, conditional. Okay.
That's what that is, a condition. Unless you have these things, then we'll give it to you because you don't have enough.
Yeah.
So it happens. It's real life. We've all been there.
Yeah. What are some common mistakes you see, man, when you helping your clients?
Honestly, bro, and it's not even really a mistake, but the number one thing I see, especially in the COVID era, even though we're about a few years post from the pandemic itself, is a lot of people falling on hard times. Not being able to afford their bills, falling behind because a lot of people don't understand their credit is broken down into about 5 to 6 categories. And the number one and biggest category is your payment history, and that's 35%. So I've had clients where we've repaired their credit, got them to high 600s, almost about to be at 700. All we need to do is apply for credit. They had one late payment, now they're back to the 500s. You can lose 70 to 100 points just off one late payment. So imagine having multiple of those. So that's the biggest thing that we see is people falling on hard times, getting late payments. So I wouldn't say that's a mistake, but that's just the number one thing. I like people to understand that this is real life scenarios. Like as a business consultant, as a credit repair consultant, I do get your full financial story. I understand because that's what your credit report is. It's your financial background history report to let lenders know how you are with your money. So it can hurt you or it can help you. And I'm here to help people turn their mistakes into, successes and repair those things. So credit repair is a second chance. I want people to understand if you ran off on Chase, if you ran on BOA, I cannot change that. I need you to understand they will know that forever. But if you want to go down the street to Truist or, Georgia United or whatever, we can make something happen because it's for second opportunity, second chances. So I love to tell people you deserve a second chance when it comes to your finances, and getting your credit fixed is one of the number one ways to do that. So yeah, bro. And then on the business side, business owners, I'm almost certain there's going to be a viewer that owns a business. If you are putting that you are self-employed on a business application, you might as well not even hit submit.
Uh-oh.
You know why? Because now you have more obligations than the standard individual. You may get money every day, but it's a fluctuation. When you have a W-2 job, every 2 weeks, you're getting X amount of money. So when you're employed, you can show, oh yeah, my job sends me this every 2 weeks. I know I'll get this next month as long as God willing I show up to work. But as a self-employed individual, which most people working in their business, so if they don't work, the business doesn't make any money. God forbid you get sick, you hurt yourself, anything that happens, car breaks down, truck breaks down. You hear that a lot with truckers in the industry. That's a lot of things. So please do not put self-employed on your application. Put you are an employee of your business. So therefore, they don't even go through the necessary verifications. That's just a little hack, a little trick. If you're putting self-employed, do not hit submit because there's going to be a denial or they're going to want access to your bank statements and a whole slew of documentation when we can get you no document credit cards.
That's a good tip and trick, right? I want to make sure that I highlight that.
Yes, sir.
If you are self-employed, and let's say you self-employed of your own business, say that you are an employee of your business instead of saying self-employed. And I know that I can speak from that because when I was getting my house, man, if you tried to go down the self-employed route, it was almost impossible. You have to provide so much verification, so much proof. They ask you so many questions. Like it's a lot of extra skips and hops to jump through. So,
and we're not talking about just the last 2-3 months. We're talking about the last 2-3 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of financials, taxes, bank statement, check stubs, payroll, all those things. And a lot of people don't have those things in order. So that's a service that I want.
And you'll be shocked too, because when I was getting my house, they was asking about bank statements. They started asking, "Oh, who you cash apping? Oh, what?" Yeah, they get into it. They get into it. So definitely want to be on the lookout for right there.
100%.
So my next question, my guy.
Yes, sir, my brother.
Because we already talked about, people either that's messed up and they trying to work their way up, or some people that's watching, they might already be good.
Okay.
What can we do? What would you say for the best way for somebody to get started who has no credit? They haven't even started yet. Like, how can they get started? What you would say to them?
Okay, so I'll get into credit building, but one, I tell people you can't fix a problem that you haven't identified.
Okay.
So the number one thing would get your credit report. If you need a link, I'll attach a link in your bio, or in the description so that people can go on there. It's $1. Get your credit report. See what's on there. Do not be afraid of those 3 numbers. They change every 30 days.
They do.
So if it's stuck at a number, that you don't like when you check it, just remember they change every 30 days. So do something to allow it to go up, not stay in the same range or go down. So that's number one. Identify the problem. Understand what your score is. Get your credit report. Next, understand what is holding down your score, whether it's high credit card usage, whether you got your cards maxed out. Understand anything over 30%, that's considered high usage. Elite usage is 10%. So keep your usage, i.e., if you got $1,000 credit card, after you spend $100, now you need to slow down.
Yeah.
Don't spend more than $300 to $350 unless it's something you know as soon as you spend it,
but
you can pay back.
I had a quick question just going off that. So I know you said like a link to check out the credit report. What about like Credit Karma and what's the other one where you can?
Oh, so
is that the same?
A lot of people ask me that, and this was crazy. Is I show my clients all this time. If I log into Equifax right now,
Equifax too.
If I log into, on Credit Karma and check Equifax, it'll still say I have a 548.
Yeah.
Yet when I go through the same linking service I show y'all, it shows that all my negatives have been removed, and I'm sitting at a 730.
Okay.
So I tell people all the time, yes, Credit Karma is okay if you don't care about what it says. If you want real results, get real services that are going to provide you accurate information, and it's going to recur every 30 days so that you're on top of it. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it changes every 30 days.
Yeah, I will say when I got my house, my Credit Karma was slightly off from what
the
they
lender
actually
told
pulled. Now, what was kind of close, my FICO score that you can pull sometime from your banking app. That one was close. It was
Right.
like 5-point difference. But
Right.
it was
So you
close.
have different FICO levels: FICO 2, FICO 3, FICO 8, FICO 9.
What is the difference between FICO
It's just the
and
way, it's just the weighted scales. It's just like kind of GPA. So if you understand, if you were in accelerated classes or gifted classes, your GPA might be weighted different versus somebody that's just taking your average classes. So it's just different scales.
Okay.
So each one is just weighted differently. How they look at different things. So that's all that is. So understanding who you're doing business with, ask them, hey, what FICO level score do y'all take? FICO 8, FICO 9. You find a service that shows that, bomb, now you know, have almost an exact representation of what they're going to look for. So that is one thing I tell people, like I said, identify the problem. And then credit building. Understand, you have things like Tomo Boost, you have things like Ava, you have things like Kickoff. These are services where they will fabricate a credit line for you as long as you spend. You got something for $5, $15, $20, $30 a month. It's just small payments. They will show lines up to $500 to $2,500. Tomo Boost does $30,000. Now that's $40 a month. But if you need that utilization, or if you need different positive lines on your credit, using services like those are excellent, even though lenders can see that it's a service, but that's something that's helping you build your credit. That's something that's going to post instantly, that can give you an instant boost if you need a quick 20, 30, 40 points. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then also secured credit cards that can turn into unsecured credit cards. Now, what do you mean, Amir? Cool. A secured credit card is you take a financial deposit, say, i.e., $500. Whatever you deposit, that's what your credit limit is. So, yes, they're going to take your $500. They're going to hold it. But you can use that as your credit limit, use that, pay off on that. Then it will turn into an unsecured credit card where they might have a scale where they might 3, 4, 5 times your limit. So you might start off with $500 for 6 months. They do a credit evaluation, then give you an unsecured line for $2,500, $3,000. So now, and then they give you your $500 back because it is a deposit. So therefore, if you default and don't pay them back, they already got your money up front. That's what it is. That's why it's called a secured credit card.
So y'all see my face. I never knew this. This is why I brought this man on the show. I've never heard of that before. Like, just make sure y'all connect with him because, like, I never even knew that information.
What Boss Man said, get in with me. You know what I'm saying? Understand.
Man,
so yeah, going from a secured to unsecured credit card, and you can call the lenders and ask them, or they will tell you if it goes from secured to unsecured. Those are the cards that you want to go at.
It was a lot of information coming out real fast and stuff like that, but take your time to go back and listen. You know what I'm saying, to the different little points and specific points that he made. I know it can seem like it's a lot. You can reach out to me, you know what I'm saying? I've done a little stuff. I know my little, tips and tricks, but you can reach out to him too, man. Like, that's why I brought him in, to let somebody else really speak to the importance of credits and all the different tips and tricks. Like, I'm learning stuff too, just like y'all, as I'm saying this. So, want to make sure I open up the floor to my boy one more time before we let him out. Anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
Yes, sir, man. One thing I do want to let everyone know, whether you're thinking about starting, growing, or scaling a business, utilizing your business credit will take you to places working hard would never.
Okay.
And I want people to understand that. The first point I made, and I'm going to emphasize it again, a 3-digit number gives you access to 6 digits worth of capital. whether that's personal and or business. So I want everybody to understand, utilizing your credit, OPM, other people's money, has been what the white folks been doing for the longest of times. And if you white and you watch this, you already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So it's nothing new to them, but it's new to us. That's why we're out here dropping these gems, getting this info out, because these are the things that's not being taught in school. We done went to college, high school, middle school, elementary school, daycare, in the mama's stomach, and a lot of these things we had to learn on our own. So let's change that. Let's pave the way for our younger folks, for our YNs, as we would like to say, and let's make a way for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
no,
yeah,
for real, man. Hey, man, I appreciate you for coming
sure,
on
bro.
the channel, man.
Yes, sir, brother.
First guest on the Star
Yes, sir.
Lounge, man.
It's
I
an honor.
appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
Make sure y'all like this video, comment, and subscribe. And let me
Keep
know.
rocking with my
Yeah.
boy, man. He's doing great things, man.
Appreciate
Doing
it.
great things. This is a space that I knew I never would have thought he could have do, but it fits him, and now it all makes sense. So keep showing my boy love, and I cannot wait to see what other guests he got coming on. And maybe I'll spin back and spin the block.
Had to come spin that
I
one more
might have to
time.
spin the
Had
block.
to come spin that one more
Might have to
time.
spin the block.
I appreciate the love, man. But make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all go check out his socials. I'm gonna leave everything in the description so y'all can get to his connect and contact. But we appreciate y'all, and we're gonna see y'all next time on the Star Lounge.
Sir.
Peace. JRdaStar out.